Your brand and the story behind it can propel you towards success or hold you back from living your dream life. I am thrilled to have you here as we explore the world of personal branding for ambitious female entrepreneurs. I'm Shauna, and I have made it my mission to help women like you to create compelling and authentic brands that truly make a lasting impact. Now, in order to do that, I live in this world called reality. And that means that on occasion, you're going to see me looking at my notes. You're going to see me making sure that I've given you every ounce of information that you need in order to succeed. So to start with, we're going to dive into what does it even mean to have a personal brand? What is this personal brand that you speak of? Well, now, personal branding, well, first of all, it's an art form. It's an art form that you really need to step into and practice in order to let that true authentic self, that true authentic light shine. Okay. Now, it's the art of authentically showing who you are, what you stand for, and the values, your core values that you bring to the table. It's about crafting a unique identity that differentiates you from others in your field. It connects deeply with your target audience and makes you stand out like a beacon in this overcrowded digital marketplace. All right. Now, personal branding gives you the power to stand out. It attracts your ideal clients and it builds trust. And I cannot emphasize that enough. It builds trust with the people who you are showing up to, because when they can see you and who you really truly are with those core values and who you are and how you show up, they're all in alignment. Then they can feel they feel that trust. They know that you're the one for them, and they know that they feel empowered to trust you with not only their money, right? Because they're investing in whatever you have to offer, but also with their time and their energy, possibly some of our most valuable resources. So establishing a personal brand that people can trust is essential. And keep in mind too, it is not just about logos and taglines. It's about the story that you tell and the emotions that you evoke, the impact that you make, that impact that you make, not just in general, like I made a donation today, or but that's amazing. Please do that if you can see a person in need, but also the impact that you make on, I know this is going to sound hokey, but on their heart, on their being, right? That impression, really, really important. Your personal brand has the potential to become your competitive edge. Now, defining what that looks like and articulating it clearly really comes down to your unique value proposition. Your unique value proposition, or UVP, is the special blend of skills, experiences, passions that set you apart from others in your industry, right? I'll give you a great example for myself. For myself, I am a marketer. I do brand messaging, organic content marketing, all interwoven with conversion copywriting. Now, the conversion copywriting is definitely a differentiator, but over and above that is the fact that I come from a space of psychology, that I work extensively in the brain sciences. And so that gives me a competitive edge against others who are good writers, are into sales, are, in that space, but maybe don't focus on the human condition and how humans sense, perceive, and then respond to the messages that you're giving them through your marketing. So you see how that is one of my competitive edges, and you will be able to harness one of your passions, one of your skill sets, one of your many passions and skill sets, I'm sure, to leverage that in your unique value proposition. Now, to define your UVP, start by understanding your target audience's needs and pain points. All right. We don't want to dwell there because we don't like to pour salt in a wound, but we need to have a solid understanding of what those things are, their needs and pain points. What problems can you actually solve for them? Be realistic. What can you solve for your dream clients? And what unique perspective do you offer in your solution to their problems? Align your strengths with the demands of the market. I'm not saying look at the demands and become the thing that they're lacking. I mean, unless it's a passion of yours. I'm saying that You don't need to make it hard. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Show up with your unique strengths. Use those to fill the needs that you recognize in your market, and really hone in on that so that you can develop your UVP. Then you can craft clear and compelling messaging around that really highlights the benefits that you are already bringing into your space. Next, I want to talk about your brand story. Okay, your brand story is the narrative that weaves together your experiences, values, and your vision. Right, that big vision that we all have as ambitious women who want to really leave a legacy, who want to really make an impact. That big vision combined with your values and experiences is what kind of creates the narrative around your brand story. It's also what connects you with your audience on a deeper level, which again, in turn, builds trust. Remember, this is going to be a really big theme here, is the trust. In order to create a captivating brand story, you need to dig deep into your journey. Share your struggles, share your triumphs, share your lessons, and make sure that you're being real with your people. Be authentic. This is key. Let your audience see that you're a real person, right? You're real. You use notes when you show up. You're not perfect, because there's no such thing as perfect. You are you, and that's the best thing that you have to offer. Now, in addition to that, of course, share the passion that drives you. Show them that juicy bit that maybe you hold back on every once in a while. I don't want to be too much. Be too much. Be all that and a bag of potato chips, right? Show up and show off. That's the best part of your brand story, right? You. Use storytelling and a couple of other little tricks and tropes that I can talk about in later episodes to really highlight that narrative, to highlight your brand story in a way that appeals to your ideal audience. Now, we want to make sure that you have clear, consistent brand messaging woven throughout all of this. Consistency builds recognition. And you know what the next word is going to be, right? Trust, right? Consistency builds recognition and trust. A lot of times people recognize me by this thing here, and I consistently wear it. Although one of these days I'm going to chop it up. You wait, it'll be fun. But what I'm saying to you here is that they'll recognize you for things like a braid. They'll recognize you for things like poppin' red lipstick. Now, those are visuals, but they are a part of your brand. They will also recognize you for things like, hey, I believe in X, and I weave this into everything that I create. I believe in safe spaces. I believe in empowering women. I believe in showing up as your true self and truly waving that freak flag. And they're going to see that consistently in your messaging. I've seen people who say, I believe in magic, and I'm going to weave that into my messaging. Or I believe solely in science, and I believe that if I'm going to speak about something, it must be proven scientifically, and I'm going to weave that into all that I do. Now, these are a few small examples, but you can see where I'm coming from, where people start to catch on, and now you have a specific tone that they can look for that builds recognition. Oh, I know that's so-and-so speaking. And then they will trust you because they will know that you're not flip-flopping around. All of a sudden, this is why I'm not chopping this off yet, is that all of a sudden, now I've got straight hair. Oh, well, is she trustworthy because she's making this drastic change? It may not feel drastic to you, but you need to consider, like, what is my audience perceiving? This is a really important part of how you're crafting your brand messaging. Now, it's not just about, I think I touched on this already. It's not just about your logo and your color palette and your fonts. That is very important. You don't want to go switching that up like a fish again, flip-flopping all over the place, having pastels one day and then neons the other day. That may not be on brand. But it also includes your tone of voice and the underlying messages that you tell your audience, that you tell anybody who's willing to listen, truly. Right? And having that consistency, building that trust, building that recognition will make more people gravitate to you. This is what makes it magnetic. Right? Showing up as your authentic self consistently. Now, making sure that All of the messaging that you have is in alignment. This is another big word, is in alignment with your core values is equally important. Making sure that it resonates with your audience, that you're actually attracting the people you want to work with. Again, very important. You need to have a solid understanding. This is going back to their needs and pain points, how they're living their lives, and making sure that it remains consistent across your website, social media, and any other communication channels that you use. Very, very important parts of this. Now, finally, let's talk about leveraging this on your online platforms, because we know that in today's digital age, your online presence is one of the most powerful tools that you have in order to engage and attract your target audience. All right. So start by identifying the platforms or platform. One is usually a really good number. Where your ideal clients hang out the most, right? Establish a strong presence there. And whether it's through engaging social media posts, insightful blogs, or captivating videos, right? Use these platforms to really showcase your expertise, to connect with your audience authentically, and of course, to show your unique value, those elements that created your UVP. Remember that your brand is a reflection of who you are and the impact that you actually want to make on this earth. And that's the gravity of the situation here with regards to your personal brand. That's the gravity of it. It is literally a reflection of the impact you want to make on this earth, the legacy that you want to leave for generations to come. Embrace your uniqueness and tell your story. Make sure that you're consistent with your messaging. Your brand truly has the power to attract your dream clients and create a lasting legacy. If you found this video here to be helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. I really love hearing from you, truly. It's fun. This is my whole MO. Let's start a conversation. Let's talk about it. So really do leave your comments. Thank you for joining me today. It's been a blast. Remember that you have the power to shape your brand and write your own success story. So don't stop. Embrace that can't stop, won't stop mentality and go out there and let your brand shine. Until next time, we'll chat soon.